So, to perform this ice clip, there are a lot of different quirks to it that you have to understand. I'm going to be explaining all of them and the setup that makes it consistent. There are some precise lineups you have to learn, but there's only like one or two, and they're fairly easy to understand once you see them. I'm going to be using this yellow line in front of me to point them out. So, as soon as you come in, it is important that you freeze the numbnail from the left. This is for the setup that you will learn in order to do this clip consistently. If I freeze it from the right, it will change how it works and ruin the setup, because now it's looking to the right, which changes some parts on the sprite, which will mess up how you're going to line it up. It won't work like this. So you will normally walk up as soon as you enter the room, freeze it from the left. With that in mind, this is what that looks like. That midge can sometimes be annoying, but usually he spawns far enough away that he will not be a problem. That time I didn't get all the way around, so knock him down here, wait for him to unthaw, and freeze him. Now, once you have him facing to the left, frozen, this clip you are going to do is in this corner. So, you have to line up on the lines on the edges of the loading zone. See how the edge of the loading zone is in line with my yellow line right now? That is where you are going to be looking at to perform this clip. First of all, you gotta get this guy up against the wall. And the first thing you gotta know is if you send him to the right with Kabu's horn, he will go away from the wall. The reason for that is because he's right on the boundary of where he is allowed to be. So, he will curve along the boundary as to not exit it. This is annoying because it'll change where he is from the distance that he is from the wall, which messes up the clip so that you could not do it. So, in order to get around that, you push him right against the wall, and you hit it, instead of at this angle, at a very steep angle. And that way, you can move him to the right without making him move away from the wall, which is important for the lineup that will allow you to do the clip. So, the lineup that will allow you to do the clip is by looking at the edge of the loading zone, the right one. You can see that the leftmost part of the numbnail's spike right next to his eye is a little bit to the right of it. That is what you want. You want the loading zone edge to be to the left of the spike when the numbnail is facing to the left. If that is done, there's one more step you have to do. You simply throw your beam ring at it, and it'll move away from the wall because of where it is positioned on the boundary, and that will bump it perfectly into place for the clip. From then, if you are not familiar with ice clips, you can watch my inputs. You press it down, and right as it falls on you, and if your alignment is perfect, you don't even have to press down, which is what I would recommend if you're first learning this trick. So, let me show it again. I need to move it. Right now, it will not work because the spike, the tip of it, the leftmost tip of it, is to the right, is to the left of the loading zone edge. So I need to move it to the right a little bit in order for it to work. So, I move it along the wall of Kabu's, hitting it at a steep diagonal so that it doesn't go past. That looks good. I go around, throw the beam ring, and it will move perfectly into position. From then on, you just go here, and if you are doing this for the first time, what I would recommend, you throw this, stand underneath it, and you can stand still. And it will work if your alignment is great. Otherwise, you have to tap down as it lands on you, which I will show. Now you are out of bounds. From here, when you jump, you are in an infinite jump state, which means you can gain height by just pressing A like I am. So, you want to gain height and go about to here, a little bit past where there is nothing visible on screen except you. Once you're up here, go to the left. You can look at my control stick for reference. Once you get past here, press down, and you will land back and bounce past the boulders. You can watch that again to see me do it. But there is one ice clip left that makes this trick important. This clip here, which luckily is very easy. You simply line up the corner of his ice block with this corner right there that I'm pointing at. And if those things are lined up, you simply throw it, stand in the middle, and tap down like I did before, and you will now be able to infinite jump up to here, fall out at right when you get past the ceiling, and there you go. That is Life Cast early. I do not have Hurricane Toss or the Halt ability for my Beamering, and yet I can grab it. And when you want to go back to continuing the game, just go on the spring, and there you go. That's all you need to know.